Hi Leo, this is your reading for the time period of November 1st to November 14, 2021. For those of you who are new to my channel or you're visiting, welcome to Amani's Lightwork. Okay, before I begin your reading, I just want to let you guys know that I started my tarot series on my Instagram page at AmaniIfe777. And if you have any inquiries about my Keys to Akasha section, please DM me on my Instagram. I don't use any other outlet that much. It's just easier to use. So if you don't have an Instagram but you have a Facebook, I think you can still send messages through there as well. Okay, and DM me as well if you're interested in donating to the channel. Okay, I don't make any money from YouTube. I do this because I want to. Okay, all right, so let's see what's going on. Something's going on here with a small business. Either you have your own small business. I'm being drawn to a Capricorn, but it could be whatever earth sign. Something's going on with a Capricorn energy's small business, if that makes any sense to you. You may run a small business with the Capricorn, or theirs is external, and you run your own. I get donating too. So when I get running your own, you may want that individual to donate to something that you run on your own, or you want to donate to what they have that they're doing, that they're running it on their own. It just depends on what's going on. Okay? I also get a collab. Like you may want to collab your business with a Capricorns. I get the taxes. So as I'm talking about it, something is going on with the taxes for doing that. So say you run your own business, and I get a conflicting matter. Something about you running your own business. There's a conflicting matter associated to you running your own business and the idea of collaborating with someone else's business external. Like for some reason you think something is going to conflict there. It does have to do with a tax tie or trying to orchestrate a tax tie. And you may be thinking that if you collab with someone else's business, there's going to be a tax clash or some type of tax conflict with doing that. Okay, you know what's interesting? I'm getting this phrase that someone doesn't care about money as much as you do. Like that's what the spirit is saying. Like someone doesn't care about money as much as you do. And like someone may just care about their experience that they're getting from their work, but you may be more on the tangible in terms of like money and finances and gain. The person that you want to collab with they're not on that wavelength. Like someone just enjoys their experience. Like money isn't necessarily on the forefront of someone's mind. Like it may not be on yours, or it's not on theirs. And it enjoys life. Someone just enjoys life, if that makes any sense. Okay. 2, 3, 8. Okay, so the idea of it, there you go. There she is. She is. Okay, there's the devil, Capricorn energy, or passion, or I should say. Okay, what was I going to say? I was also getting this feeling of like someone cares about money, but money is not what makes someone happy. You know what I mean? Money isn't what makes someone happy. I don't know if you think that money makes this person happy, or they don't know if they think that about you. Somebody may have that as a subtle thought about someone else, vice versa. And then there's also this idea of collabing and also doing a tax tie and worrying about a tax tie, or like you may also want to safeguard your business by collabing with someone else. You know, if you want to collab with this person, I don't care about revenue. They may not care about revenue Could be YouTube revenue, could be revenue like a regular business obtains, like yours or theirs, or yours and theirs together. Someone doesn't care about revenue and money, like they just like experience. So that may be something that you appreciate about this person, or that's what you experience about their perspective. So I think collabing with them would be a good idea. And I mean, if they don't care about the financial part of anything, then you can just, you can take the reins and you can take care of things yourself financially. They could take care of things creatively, if that makes any sense. Okay. If it's not only Capricorn, it is the devil energy, and devil energy would just be your materialism, and pretty much what I just explained with like liking material things. Money is a material thing. Liking holistic experiences versus liking money more than the experiences, if that makes any sense. So that may be how you feel about a Capricorn male or female. I don't know how they see you. They may see you that way. It just depends. And something to be karmic about that. The starting point has the 10 of Cups. All right, 10 of Cups energy will be your family environment. Also kind of brings in the energy of water sign, all the cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that you may be tied to. The spirit is giving me an idea that something is their suggestion. So if you're tied to a water sign like a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, they may be suggesting that you collab with a Capricorn. I get a good fan base. Someone has a good fan base. You know what I mean? You may have a good fan base, or the Capricorn has a good fan base. The water sign may have a good fan base. So I feel like there's a collective perspective going on between you, a Pisces, possibly Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, whichever sign. I feel like there's a really good collaborative mindset that you're resonating with in conjunction with that of the water sign and the Capricorn energy that's underneath. All right. If it's not anything like that, the devil energy with the 10 of Cups with your family is, it has to do, there is secrecy. I'm getting this idea that there could be financial secrecy. The spirit is also giving me an idea of another house. Like there may be another property that a family owns, your family owns, or something's just going on with your family's property. With the devil energy underneath, like your family's property. Family property could be financial property, equity, family properties in terms of like a residential or commercial property, right? But I get the idea of needing the documentation. So when I went through all of that, you may need the documentation to do something with like your family's property, or like a commercial or residential property. It could be out of state, could be in another country. You may want to buy and sell, you may want to invest in real estate, but there's something that's going on with like your documentation. I also get a Cancer, something may be going on with a Cancerian energies documentation, a Scorpios or a Pisces element documentation, right? When I hit Pisces, I get this idea of not wanting to sign off on a property, not wanting to sign a lease or pay for a lease. That may resonate with a Pisces. That may resonate with the water sign. That could also resonate with the Capricorn energy. Or it's just materialism because someone is dealing with the fact that they don't want to keep paying rent. And that may be, that may resonate with the need that the water sign energy has. Like someone doesn't want to pay rent anymore. Someone doesn't want to, I also get this idea of adding someone to a lease. Someone doesn't want to add someone to a lease. So someone may, if you're not on a lease or a deed for a property, if you're not on it, someone wants to put you on it. If the water sign energy isn't on it, you may want to put the water sign energy on it. Or the water sign energy is suggesting that you put the Capricorn energy's information on it, if that makes any sense. But it's related to, I get housing in another state. It's related to a house or an apartment in another state, or like a house, what do you call it, or in another country or a province or town, with the 10 of Cups energy. But someone doesn't want to go on there. Like someone doesn't want to sign it. I get without their documentation. Like you don't want to sign something without the water sign energy documentation or the Capricorn energy's documentation, All right, it just I see what's going on. The idea of collabing the businesses is so that the idea of collabing someone's business external from yours, like together, like, or at least doing like a tax tie, right? It does safeguard the popularity of a business, or the revenue that a business is gaining. It does protect that if you do collab with someone else. But something is also going on with the reason into why someone wants to do that is so that what do you call it? It's so I keep a property. It's so that someone, or you, water sign, whoever, you're doing it collectively, Capricorn, whatever. It's so that someone can like maintain, what do you call it? I just had it in my head. So that someone can keep a property, like so that someone can keep a property running, if that makes any sense, or at least keep a property. Stop a property from getting sold, stop the property from, stop a home or something from going into collection and getting foreclosed on, or evictions by having someone else, sign papers, having someone else sign some type of documentation. But it's protective, so that's something that you have going on with a Pisces. Spirit also said Cancer, Scorpio. Pisces was coming through strongly, and Capricorn. It could be something going on with the Capricorn energy's documentation. Their documentation may keep a house running, an apartment running, like a residential or commercial property running. You know what I mean? And then you also have the water sign doesn't want to be a part of something anymore, or they don't want to sign some type of document. Or they don't want to keep paying rent, or they don't want to pay mortgage or rent for something anymore, because it may be really expensive if you're doing something like that with the water sign. That's why the materialism energy is there. So the reason, the water sign energy not wanting to do that anymore is why the Capricorn information is being used, or are you asking for it? That's why you're asking for the Capricorn energy information. I see what's going on. So there's an interesting situation here. I get this idea of like a next door neighbor, or someone that lives next to you and things of that nature, or someone that lives in your town and businesses and whatever it is. Something is going on with, like, you don't want to move from somewhere. You may not want to move somewhere residentially, again, until you have someone with you. So you don't want to move somewhere. You don't want to move from some type of residential property, or you don't want to buy a property elsewhere, not until you have somebody with you, or like not until you have somebody physically with you or on board with you, or not until you have their documentation. So you don't want to do anything until the Pisces, whatever water sign, until the water sign energy signs their signature. You're like, if you don't sign this, then we can't move, or if you don't pay for this, or if you don't pay your portion, then we can't leave here, we can't move from here. Or if someone's going on with the Capricorn energy documentation, stay. If you have the Capricorn energy documentation or their signature, then you can stay somewhere. Or if it's their money that they're putting into a situation, then you can stay somewhere, or they can stay somewhere, if that makes any sense. 10 of Cups, right? So I feel like this has a lot to do with a property, like a housing property that you want to stay in. Water sign energy doesn't want to pay rent for anymore, but somebody's objective, an external Leo, and an external, whatever fire sign, an external fire sign that you're tied to suggestion is that if you have his or her pay or documentation, then you can stay in this property. It may also kind of sound like a bribe, or it may sound like it may come off as a bribe, but not necessarily. So say you pay rent in a building. That what's an interesting example? Say you pay rent in a building to use a space, and the person that owns that property. Is like, they're going through this deal with you where they're telling you that you can stay here if you obtain this, that, and the third information, or if you can, what's another interesting scenario? If you can use his or her information okay, if I can use his or her information, then I'll stay here and pay rent, or I can stay here and get these papers together, this documentation together. But the water sign energy, the interesting situation with the water sign is that they don't want to pay rent on a property anymore for some reason. Like, they don't want to pay it anymore, and that's their discussion with you. But your ultimatum, or someone's ultimatum to you directly, is to obtain someone else's documentation. I get something about someone's family, so getting some type of permission or money or documentation from someone else's family or your own family, it will solidify the funds for a property or an apartment or a building that you're operating out of, if that makes any sense. Okay, the wedding position has the Hierophant, sign of Taurus. Alright, you have a Taurus element here. I get this idea of downstairs, or like they live, what do you call it? They live in like, they live in the surrounding area, or they may work with you, they may be in your family, they may live downstairs of where you live, upstairs of where you live. They live in your building, or they live in your home, or they're a co-worker, whoever it is that they are. It just depends on what's going on. They could be family with the 10 of Cups. All right. I do get this feeling, if you can't obtain a Capricorn energy's documentation, then I feel like the Taurus element is like they're an alternative for something that you want to get done. They may be an alternative business. All right, they may be an alternative business. They may have some type of documentation that you need, or something that they have may be similar to something that someone else has external in terms of business prospects and things of that nature. Something may be similar about them, right? Something may be similar. Something may be similar in terms of the Taurus and the Capricorn in terms of business, or something similar about their documentation. Right? So there's a choice that you may need to make in terms. I also get looks as well. Something may be going on with somebody's like looks and personality and attractivity in a family environment, in a workplace, or a business. I was going to idea of business with the Capricorn, Taurus, water sign elements that you are considering collabing with. The idea of collabing with people is so that you can, one element about this is so that you want to obtain a benefit from a Taurus or a Capricorn, whatever, or the water sign. You want to keep obtaining a benefit from them. I get one of them is not in your space. So as I'm talking about it, one of them is not in your space, or two of them are not in your space, whatever that means to you. Taurus may not be in your space. The Capricorn may not be in your space, but it's somebody's documentation that you require to keep a business running. Keeping a business running doesn't only have to be financially keeping a business running or maintaining a property. Keeping a business running may also be somebody's creative inclinations, or creative ideology, their ideologies and their philosophical views and things will probably keep a business running. And that may be the water sign energy's suggestion to you. That's why the Hierophant is there. The Hierophant will be there as a spiritual teacher of some kind, like a spiritualist, someone that can give you insight into what you should do with the water sign, what you should do with the Capricorn. Could be a Taurus male that's there, or a female. You know, they're trying to give you that perspective. They're like, I think you should stay where you are. I think you should stay where you are in terms of your perspective, in terms of your work, in terms of the property that you're living in. I think you're pretty good with this. I think that the water sign energy documentation should be enough for you to stay here. I think that their creativity is enough for you to stay here. I see what's going on. Somebody is basing. This is interesting. Someone's objective with you is that you can stay. Okay, let me get back to the idea. Sorry about that. Let me just get back to the idea of you running a business like in a space that you may pay rent for, but you may not want to pay rent for it. But if you run business, the money that comes in The money that's coming in from the business implies that, yeah, you can stay here. You can stay in this space and do what you need to do. But that's what you do, what you're able to do creatively is compensation, right? What you do creatively is compensation for you to stay in a property. That's rent for you to stay in a property. What you do creatively or academically, whatever work you're doing in a space. Or clerically, whatever work you're doing. If you're doing clerical work, office work, somebody's telling you that the compensation is the amount of money that you're going to be making off of the business that you're running in a space. So instead of paying, you can just, instead of paying me, out of your own pocket, this is what we're going to discuss for you to bring in. You're going to then bring in more money from the business that you... It does have to do with funding as well. It has a lot to do with funding and documentation for funding and things of that nature. So you would be thinking that if you have someone else on board, or that's the water sign energy objective for you to have someone on board, whether it's a Taurus or a Capricorn, then you won't have to pay. You won't have to pay rent at all, if that makes any sense. You won't have to pay anything at all. You won't have to pay the mortgage. You won't have to pay the bills. It sounds like a bribe almost, but it's like a good bribe. It's almost like a good bribe. So if someone isn't coming to you with that objective, then you're discussing that with the water sign, or you're discussing that with a Taurus, or you want to discuss that with a Capricorn, right? Someone will be willing to do that with you. Someone will be willing to do that with you. I see what's going on here as well. So someone like a Taurus or the water sign or the Capricorn, those energies have benefits that are owed to them. They have benefits that are owed to them, like financial awards and benefits that are owed to them. So somebody from the state, something's going on from the state, like someone has like state benefits that are owed to them. That's either you, that's the Taurus, that's the water sign, that's the Capricorn. Someone has state benefits that are owed to them. So the person or the people that have state benefits owed to them may not be, however many of them may not be in your space, but someone's objective is for you to work with that individual because they have state benefits that are owed to them. So the situation is that if you have someone that has state benefits that are owed to them in your space and want to pay, you won't have to pay for something. You won't have to pay for something because the pay will be coming out of their benefit, out of that person's benefit, out of the Taurus benefit, water sign benefit, or the Capricorn energy benefit. That's what I was getting from the beginning. Someone may not care about financial revenue. That could be the Capricorn, water sign, or Taurus. But those elements have a lot of benefits. They have a lot of benefits. Benefits in the sense where it could be like an emotional benefit, spiritual benefit, intellectual benefit, or financial benefit, state benefits that they have. The water sign has them. The Taurus or the Capricorn has them, or you have them. You may have them, but it can't access. You have them, you can't access them. Taurus may have them. The Taurus, I didn't know how. The Taurus doesn't know how to access them. The Capricorn may know how to access them, but the Capricorn may not be in your space. Or the Capricorn energy once received them. The Capricorn received them before, if they're from the state. Or the Taurus doesn't know how to get them. So, I see what's going on. If you have a Taurus work with you or do something with the Taurus, they don't know how to get the benefits. So what you're doing is you may need to help the Taurus. That implies they be in your space. The Capricorn energy, I give you this idea of state. Someone may be in another state. They may live in another state. Somebody lives in another state than you. Or you may live in the same state as the Capricorn and the Taurus, but one of them has more benefits than the other. That can be creative benefits or state benefits. One of them has more benefits attached to them than the other. So the issue is getting them in your space so so that you can show them how to obtain the benefit. But that if you do that, then you can then do the tax tie and you can get more money towards your business. Like, you may not need to look for donations and things that hard if you just work for someone. Maybe work for someone or work with someone. So for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Say I rely heavily on donations to build my business. Instead of doing that, while I just work with someone that they have like state benefits attached to their name, like a lot of state benefits, that person could just apply and get them, and that will fund what we do. That will fund what I do if I just have somebody join me. If that makes any sense. If that makes sense. You can get as many donations and money and pay as you want. But it also makes, if you want to really fund something, it makes sense to have somebody apply that they probably never apply. They may get a lot of money, or they have money owed to them. They would still have a lot of money owed to them. They can still get that. So whatever it is that you need rent-wise or mortgage-wise, you can then use the benefits of a Capricorn or a Taurus or water sign if you have them in your space. That would be logical. The President has the Justice card. That's a sign of Libra. So justice would be to the situation that I just explained. So justice could be that it is a court matter, like something that I ran through. It may potentially end up being or becoming a court matter. Or if you go about doing it maliciously, if you don't ask someone, if you don't ask somebody their permission to do so, and it may come off as malicious, and it may end up being like a court situation. It could end up being a court matter. It could have something to do, it could be intellectual. I'm not getting an idea of intellectual property necessarily, but it definitely feels like state benefits, like federal aid or state benefits and grants and things that you're trying to obtain through a person that is not in your space. Or you're trying to use the information of the person that has that to their name. You're trying to use that person's documentation, but they're not in your space. Or you don't know them well, or you're asking their family or their friends to obtain that from them. But it's like they live in another state, or they live in another town or province, and you're still trying to obtain that. So the justice as well, that could be something you do with a Libra, or it's just a justice energy to the situation. But you do have a Libra here in your present. You have a Libra here in your present. You have Libra, Taurus, Capricorn, water sign, right? I get all old benefits. All those energies have benefits that they can access. All of them do. All of them have state benefits. Wherever they're living, all of those elements have state benefits. Libra has state benefits. The Taurus has state benefits. They don't know how the hell to access, or they keep getting denied. And then the Capricorn energy has benefits. They may have benefits from another state that they didn't even apply for yet. I get trying to obtain. They didn't even apply for it yet, and you're trying to obtain them. I don't know if a Libra's trying to obtain. I don't know if you're doing that directly with a Libra you're trying to obtain. Like, it could just be your own family. So if you're tied to a Libra or Taurus, for example, you're trying to obtain that with a Libra. Like, you may be trying, I get from the water sign. So if you're doing it with a Libra, or the Libra's doing it with you, it's from the water sign. It has something to do with something that the water sign energy is owed, or the water sign energy has. I get a lot. The water sign energy has a lot of state benefits. They have a lot. They have a lot in their name. Someone may not have used anything. Someone may not have applied for anything ever in life, and they have a lot owed to them. So I see you needing to deal with the Libra on that level. I see you dealing with the Libra on that level. They have their own, and they themselves are struggling to access it themselves, that belong to them. So that's why they feel the need to do that with you directly, to get the shit from the water sign. Then the Capricorn energy, that they're at a distance from you, and their family helps. So if you're not only, their family helps as in like the Capricorn is your family, the Capricorn is your family member, and you can access their benefits even if they're not near you. If the Capricorn is not family to you, their family is helping you to the state benefits that is owed to them. But the suggestion from the water sign, instead of doing it in the malicious way, go to the Capricorn energy directly and then have them work with you instead of going, instead of being malicious and sneaky, just go to the Capricorn directly and ask for the damn benefits. Or not, if you don't want to directly ask someone for the benefits, if you're going through their family to obtain, why not just directly ask the person, and then whatever it is that they have, they can apply, and then they can give it to you, because someone doesn't care. Someone doesn't care, like from the beginning, someone doesn't care about revenue as much as you do. So the Taurus may not care about revenue as much as you do. Maybe not. The Libra may not care as much about revenue as you do, vice versa. It's about revenue and gain and state benefits and trying to obtain those things. And someone not caring about money, someone cares more about money than like experience. Okay, if it's not only money and state benefit related, then it's benefit, like it's creative benefit and experience and being with someone specific and asking someone to work with you. I get being timid. Like there's an issue where you asking someone to work with you and you're being really timid. That's you and the Taurus directly, you and the Libra directly. The Libra's open. The Libra's open with benefits that they want with somebody information. The Libra's open with you in terms of obtaining benefits from you or from someone else, or the water sign, or the Capricorn. Somebody wants Capricorn energy benefits from another state, something crazy like that. But somebody won't work. Someone doesn't want someone to work with somebody. Why not just work with someone? Someone is not going to care about. Someone may not even care about state benefits that they have owed to them, or at least you think so. You may think so, okay? But it's not all and be all. Five of Wands energy is in the future. And the instincts has the Five of Swords. Five of Swords you may be embodying. It resides with Libra or whatever other air sign. It resides with Libra, Five of Swords, right? The Five of Swords resides with the Libra because of what you took from them, or what you're trying to obtain from them about someone else, or what they took from you. They could have taken something from you and you have no idea. They could have taken something from you. Five of Swords energy. And the instincts. Five of Swords motive. Five of Swords is your motive. Your motive with Taurus. Your motive with Libra. Your motive with your family property. Your motive with your family or people in your family if they're not external. Your motive with Capricorn. Your motive or these elements, their motive with you. Like you may not see these elements may have motives with you. Right? So there's elements here that have motives like with you and you don't know. Or you have motives with someone and they don't know. But I feel like now that person knows. Or they've been known. Five of Swords, somebody's been known. And I get upfront. Somebody's been known something for a long time, but they're not being upfront with people, or they're not being upfront with you directly. Libra isn't being upfront with you directly. The Taurus may not be as subtle. If the Taurus wants to be upfront with you, they're being subtle in regards to someone else or themselves. Or the water sign energy may be upfront with you. I can't stand. The water sign is up front with you. They can't stand something that you have going on, or you can't stand the water sign. And it's like, well, they're like, what do you want to do? Do you want to have Capricorn work with you? Taurus, Libra. Or they know you're trying to obtain benefits of state benefits that belong to someone else. And I think they don't understand why. They don't understand why you're trying to do that at the same time. If that makes any sense. Five of Swords and the instincts. Five of Swords with the defeat. You feel defeated, right? You feel defeated if it's not only financially, if you don't feel financially defeated, it's intellectually defeated by somebody else's perspective or multiple people, their perspectives. You may feel defeated by. And it's not only money, it's revenue, it's popularity, it's fame, it's benefit, as in like creative benefit and style and things and revenue. People care, someone cares about it or they don't. The Queen of Discs energy is in the accomplishment right next to the Ten of Cups. Right? Queen of Discs is Earth sign female. You have Taurus here already, you have Capricorn there, it could be Virgo female. You know, you have all the Earth sign females, and you know, dealing with them in your mind. Five of Swords in your instincts. You deal with them in your mind. Like you constantly think about this person. All right, constantly think about this person. I get joining them in family. If they're not family, you want them a part of your family. Family may be your workplace. Some people call their workplaces their family. Some people call their businesses their family. So you may want them a part of the family. Being a part of the family could also be, right? I get that. Also, if they are family, their views conflict with other family members, if that makes any sense. But you still want them a part of the family. Or it's a metaphorical or symbolic family where they may not be related to you, and you want them a part of your tribe or your family. And in the accomplishment next to the Ten of Cups. Right? The water sign likes them, whether they're in the family or they're, you know, in a symbolic family. The water sign likes them. It likes the Queen of Discs. The water signs like them. The Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio like the Queen of Discs. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, female. They like them, or you like them. You like them. The Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. I keep getting this idea of benefit. The Five of Swords is a benefit. It has to do with benefits. Like, benefits can be absolutely anything. Money, revenue, creative, spiritual, benefits. Whatever benefit, funds, government funds, and whatever it is. Like, you're thinking, right? I'm looking at the Queen of Discs. Something is going on with them, like, with their, like, a baptism that they experience. Like, how they were baptized. Like, it has something to do with, like, something's mystical that is going on with one of them, or however many of them. Something is going on with a baptismal procedure that they underwent. Like a baptismal procedure that they underwent. So, a baptismal procedure that they underwent when, you know, when they were a baby, will mean protection. They have protection. They have protection from something, or from external factors, or the elements. They have protection from external things. They have protection. I mean, something is important about that. Like, if they're not family, like if they're not blood family to you, then someone in their family told you that directly. I got Pisces. A Pisces told you that, or who else could have Pisces, the Cancer, the Scorpio told how they were baptized. The water sign energies told you how they were baptized, or who baptized them, or they could have asked on their own who baptized them. Something is important about their baptism, or something is important about the fact that whether they were or were not baptized, or how they were baptized. Something is important about it I get the business. Something is important about it in regards to your business. In regards to your business. Like, if you have someone that was baptized, something is like, it could be that something is on them. I know, I haven't been on that spiritual route like that, and like, you know, that type of spirituality where something could be on them. I get gifted. They may be gifted. They have something like on them, meaning that they have a giftedness on them, or they're gifted. They have like gifts, spiritual gifts, you know. And having them involved means that, like, your business may flourish, if that makes any sense. Working with certain people, your business may flourish. That's what the water sign energy is trying to explain to you. But they also know how this person was baptized. It's the way they were baptized. There's something special about the baptism. Something special about it. Five of Swords in the instincts. You think about them often. Think about their state benefits. You think about their state benefits. I also get what their parents left them, what their parents left for them. Or you think about their benefits that the state left for them. And something's going on there. Working with them, benefits like that. Benefits could also be intimate benefits, like benefits, you know what I mean? I mean, sometimes with like friends with benefits, that's however you want to look at benefits. Benefits could be absolutely anything. The art here is a sign of Sag in the spiritual self, right? You got a lot of signs here. You have a Sag. You got Taurus, male, female. Sag, possibly male, female. Libra, male, female. Water sign, Capricorn. The Sagittarian energy is in your spiritual self next to excuse me. The Sag is here next to the Taurus, right? Whatever your dealings are with a Sag, right? Something's going on with a Sag being out of the picture. They may be out of the picture. They may be close to a Taurus, and however you want to look at close to, they may live near a Taurus. Or they deal with a Taurus. They may live in the same state or province or little block as a Taurus. But something's going on with them being out of the picture for some reason. They could be tied to a Capricorn. They could be tied to a Libra. Right? They may be tied to you. But someone's they're in your spiritual self, they're out of the picture for some reason. For whatever reason, they're out of the picture. They're in or out of the picture. They may be distant. They could be distant from a family environment or a work environment. But I get this idea, if you have someone around, like if you have someone around, they may go out of the picture. So there's a Taurus that may go out of the picture, a Libra may go out of the picture, or a Sag. Somebody's gonna be out of the picture. Somebody's gonna leave or stomp out of the picture if the Queen of Discs energy is involved in something. You may be thinking, so if this is a workplace environment, like these elements here that you may already work with or do something with, if the accomplishment is the Queen of Discs, so if you have them involved, you'll be thinking that somebody over here is gonna be stomped, they're gonna leave. You'll be thinking that they're going to leave. I don't know if you're thinking that a Libra's going to leave, or a Libra already left a situation, or they want to, or they're contemplating that. Because they may have been hearing you scrutinizing. They may have been hearing you scrutinizing a Queen of Disc. They may have heard you scrutinizing them. Was the Queen of Disc energy scrutinizing you? You may be deeming someone to be scrutinizing you, and either these other elements are for the Queen of Discs or they're not. Or the Queen of Discs energy was scrutinizing these energies over here, unintentionally. They were doing it unintentionally or indirectly, and that may be bothering you or it bothered them, but you may still want somebody to be in the picture. And if this is a workplace environment, these elements I also get scared of. There's elements over here that may be scared of someone, or they're scared of you in terms of like your perspective with how you go about obtaining a benefit, some type of benefit that you're trying to obtain. It could be love, it could be creative, it could be spiritual, it could be right? It could be spiritual. It could be state benefit related. How you obtain that. Like obtaining it could be going against someone. You could be going against this person and there's other elements around that they notice that you're indirectly going against this person's views or what they do for a living, whatever it is. But the water sign is like, maybe you should stop doing that. The water sign is like, maybe you should not do that. Maybe you should not. Maybe you should not do that. So you're either for them, and these elements are, I also get scared to work with. There's elements that you're surrounded by, they're scared to work with someone or scared to be confronted by someone on a spiritual level. That's why the temperance energy, if it's not only Sag, the temperance energy is in your spiritual self. It's like, how you want to work with someone, but you also have like, you want to work with someone, but something about them may be scary to other people that you have in the workplace, if that makes any sense. or something may, it's scary in the sense where, like, I don't know if it's a spiritual thing, or scary in the sense where it has to do with, scary in the sense where what you're doing, documents, and also what you're doing with somebody's documents, or the knowledge that someone has of what you're doing with their documents may be scary. Other family members. It's scary to other family members, and it's maybe scary to you, or it's scary to them. It just depends on what's going on. The Lovers is here, a sign of Gemini. You got a Gemini energy here as well. So whatever it is going on with the Gemini, you could have done something really interesting with the Gemini energies things. They're in the mentality with the Five of Swords. So you could have done something with the, you could have been against the Gemini energy at one point. The Gemini may deal with a Queen of Disc, or Libra, Sag, Taurus. They may deal with them. They know how to access benefits. So a Gemini knows how to access somebody's benefits. They know how to access your own benefits that you don't want to access yourself. You do or you do not. Or they know how to access the Queen of Disc energy benefits, or Libras, or Sag, or Taurus. But I get since someone was little. So right when I hit Taurus, the Gemini, they've been knowing how to access somebody's benefits since someone was little. So that's the Queen of Disc. Someone has been doing that. The Taurus, the Sag, Libra. Somebody knows how to access somebody's benefits since they were little. Since they were younger. Something's been going on with someone's benefits since they were a kid. So that could be the Queen of Disc, that could be you, these elements over here, Something could have been going on with somebody's job in the past, benefits with somebody's job. And you could have gotten access to benefits from somebody's job. But I'm looking at the Queen of Disc, they have no idea. when I hit that note, they had no idea. They have no idea. You may not have had any idea that something was happening like that. Or these elements over here have no idea. But I feel like it's a Gemini that knows you've been doing that. Gemini has known that they know that you've been doing that. Or I don't know if a Libra has known, Sag, somebody has known that you've been doing that for a while. Either since someone was little, since somebody's last job, since your last job, or since somebody here, their last job. Since someone's last job. Someone has been receiving some type of benefit from somebody's last job. If that makes any sense. That could be the Sag may have been doing that. And with your help. The Sag has been doing that with your help. They've been doing that with your help. Or the Taurus probably has been doing that with Libra's help. The Taurus has been doing that with a Libra's help. Or the Taurus has been doing it with your help. Taurus has been doing it with a Sag help. You've been doing it with a Sag help. Everybody's been helping each other with somebody else's state benefits. Gemini know how to access. Jesus. Or you may be using something that is the Geminis. You may use something that is the Geminis. I get oblivious. You use something that is the Geminis, they're oblivious to it. Oh my God. Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? The Knight of Swords energy is in a changing position. The Knight of Swords will be an air sign that's a male. Could be a Gemini that's a man. Or it could be a Libra that's a man. Knight of Swords. Did I miss a sign? Aquarian, whatever. Air sign that's a man. Air sign male would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. That's a man. So they could be a male or female that's here as well. Right? Now, they are in the change. I keep getting benefits. They're in a changing position because of benefits. Either they're finding out that you use theirs, without their permission. They're finding out that you use theirs without their permission, or you're finding out that they use theirs. That's why the Five of Swords is in the instincts with them. They're finding out that you use theirs without their permission, or vice versa. Could also be Aquarian, and there's a Libra here as well. It could be a man or a woman. Could be a female that's embodying masculine, that's shown up like a man here, masculine wise. Right? Could be a bisexual air sign female that's shown up like a Knight of Swords, or they are a dude. It could be a bisexual, an Aquarius, or whatever air sign that's a male. They're like bisexual. Gemini may be gay. Gemini may be bisexual. Aquarian may be bisexual. That they're shown up here in the changing position. Right? Someone, they were given. So the air sign male in the changing position, they were given something that belongs to someone else. By the Sag, by a Gemini, by you, by the family, Queen of Disc. Something that belonged to the Queen of Disc was given to them. Whatever it is. There's a lot of secrecy going on there. Unnecessarily. There's a lot of secrecy happening in the space, but it's happening unnecessarily. Like, what? There's no point. What is the point of the secrecy? Is the idea? What is the point of it? The resolution has your energy and maybe external Leos, and external Leo energy as well. So strength card in the resolution going toward, you need the strength that you I get an internal battle. Every time I look at the Five of Wands, I get like an internal battle. Like you've got an internal battle going on with yourself. It may be a literal battle that you have going on with other fire signs, like maybe Aries and Sag. You have a Sag here, battling with them. You may be battling with them. There may be opposition with them. It could be what you want them to do. It could be what they want you to do. Right? So before I end it, one situation of it is that someone is suggesting that if you don't, it has something to do, the heading energy has a lot to do with a property, like an apartment or a house, or staying in it, not buying it, not selling it, not, buying it in terms of like owning it. But something's going on with like trying to obtain state benefits to pay something off, and you don't want to apply for those. You don't want to apply for them. You want to use someone else's to pay off the mortgage or to pay the rent. You want to pay off the mortgage, you want to pay off the rent for a property that you don't want to apply for benefits for yourself to pay off. Is the energy that I'm getting. So somebody's family external from you, or neighbors, or a friend, they're giving you some type of deal. You could use my siblings, you could use my whoever state benefits to get this done and pay it off, and you could give me the percentage that you gain from the taxes later on when you file taxes for the property. You can do that for me later on. Five of Swords. That could have been your conversation with a Gemini, literally, or a Sag, or the Queen of Discs. I feel like it's happening to an extent, and that's why I get feeling bad. You may feel bad, of who the fuck cares if you feel bad or not. But the idea is having somebody else's suggestions that just work with someone that you need that person's state benefits to pay off some type of shit. Whatever it is. Just have somebody in your space. Like you're trying to be really secretive by using somebody's documentation and benefit and access to the benefits, and you don't want them in your space. You do or you do not. Someone is suggesting that you just have them in your space so you won't be karmically attacked by a situation, or so that someone else won't be karmically attacked by a situation. So it just depends on what's going on. Alright, let's look for an outcome here, Leo. Shit. Eight of Swords energy is here. So the Eight of Swords is communication. The Eight of Swords is communication. So it's communication, it's air. So it's communication possibly from the air sign. Libra, Gemini, Aquarian. It's communication from them, or that you need to give to them. You need to send them, right? I get in on it too. So the air sign male is in on it too, or air sign female is in on it too. So they may benefit from a state benefit that you're applying for using somebody else's things, or you're applying for yourself. That includes someone's information. So if you're applying for something yourself, it includes someone else's information. But it implies they benefit too. But they're in a changing, backing out. They're in a changing position because they're backing out. They're backing out. Okay? Alright, Leo, let me know how that resonates with you. Be well. Take care. Bye.